We'll go for another hour. Of course, Your Honor. Bailiff, please bring her in. Witness, state your name and occupation.
My name is Olivia Raldente.
She's Italian, oh no.
The warm winds of the Mediterranean Sea carry the spicy scent of a seafood stew.
She also brought in a giant knife into the courtroom.
A hot Sicilian stew that soothes the hearts of sailors braving the raging waters. Blessed be the Sicilian cuisine and il nostro mare.
That's a Japanese knife. Of course it is. Yes, Miss Al Dente is employed as a cook on the freighter where the crime happened. A cook? That's interesting attire you were wearing, Miss Al Dente. This is my... Hold on. This is my work outfit. It gets very hot in the kitchen, you know. It'll be a pleasant change after a chocolate guard. He got up my nose. Nice to see the judges remaining impartial. Miss Al Dente discovered the defendant in the cargo hold when she went for supplies. She found Espella? That would make her the crew member that Johnny saw fighting for Espella. Yeah, that's right, Mr. Wright. Miss Al Dente was the first person to discover the intruder. Then she's the victim of assault. It was steel pipe. How cruel. If I'd only had my precious kitchen knife with me at the time, I'd have shown her my eccezione cutting skills. Nick, look at that. She's an expert potato peeler. You better watch out around her. I'll keep that in mind. Witness, we will now hear your testimony. Describe to us what happened in the cargo hold. Certamente, gladly. You know, she's dancing with her hips because her hips don't lie. I went to the cargo hold to check supplies. It's past 10 p.m. I found that girl, hiding and clutching one of them bizarro toys. She made as if to run away, so I tried to stop her. Then she grabbed a pipe. She's short, but she fiercely swung the pipe at me. I tried to dodge, but she hit me on the head. I blacked out for a few minutes. I don't see immediately anything wrong with that. According to the medical report, you suffered a laceration to your head, correct? That it's covered by the chef hat, so you can't see it now. When I chop a veggie, it hurts and the rhythm strikes. Chop, chop, chop. That sounds most terrible, Miss Al Dente. Should have been more careful, but she looked like a little Piccola girl. Olivia is much taller than Espella. Yeah, Espella's about the same size as you. I may be short, but I'm well proportioned, and that's what matters. She's saying that she's got big boobs too underneath that ceremonial gown. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to present the decisive evidence that proves the defendant's guilt. This is a photograph of the defendant's fingerprints on a steel pipe. What do you mean she does not? She says she's well proportioned. So that means she has something. As you can see, the fingerprints are very clear. They were left by the assailant. They have already been examined and found to be those of the defendant. Well, that settles it. This is undoubtedly decisive evidence. What? The fingerprints of the weapons are Espella's? Just to put your inquisitive mind at peace, Miss Wright, there were no other fingerprints. This photograph shall be added to the evidence. Have I not warned you, Mr. Wright? Further examination is but a waste of time. Nick, what do we do now? This evidence clearly points to Spella. We're pleading that Spella's not guilty. And if she's innocent, then this witness is lying. All we need to do is expose that lie. I've got to think straight and focus on finding the truth. The defense may cross-examine the witness. I don't see the obvious thing. Let's see the new evidence. Let's see. Which side of the pipe is this on? Is this the side that hit the head, or is this the side that was being held? Because if this is the side that's being held, that's a really weird way to hold that. Because then she'd be, like, backhanding it in a weird way. We'll see what she says. You're sure it was the defendant that swung the pipe at you?
Objection!
He knows the defendant because her fingerprints were found on the weapon. As you can see, she held the pipe with both hands, just as the witness has stated. That's a really weird way to hold the pipe. That looks like it would be held backhanded. Spell's fingerprints. That's some higher. Again, what is it, Nick? There's something about those fingerprints. Sounds like you're on something, Nick. Don't get too excited. It's just a hunch. These fingerprints, they don't look quite right for me to some reason. Spella swung this pipe while holding it in both hands? In any case, pray tell us what happened after the defendant took a swing at you. Yeah, go back. Present. Okay, present that.
Objection!
You're claiming that the defendant swung the pipe at you. Well, that's impossible. Why do you say that, sweetie? The defendant's fingerprints were found on the pipe. However, there's a contradiction here. A contradiction? Impossible! That's most interesting. Well then, the defense shall explain. One of the photos of fingerprints contradicts the defense. The position. It's the position of the fingerprints, Your Honor. Oh, the position. According to witness testimony, the defendant held a pipe like this. In order to hit the witness on the head, she raised the pipe like so. Yeah, it's precisely what she did. That was the wrong voice. And then she struck from above. But here's the problem. Think about the fingerprints I should have left had she done just that. What are you getting at, Mr. Wright? Look closely at the way I'm holding the pipe. In this situation, the fingerprints would look like this. The thumb is above the other fingers. Indeed, there's no doubt about it. Now take a look at the fingerprint that were actually left on the pipe. Goodness, the thumb, it's below the other fingers. What? Luigi? Miss Alonde. What is it? Had the defendant attacked you as described? Wait. The fingers would have been the other way around, which means something's not right with your testimony. Order, what is the meaning of this? These fingerprints were submitted as decisive evidence. How come this contradiction was not brought to light before? No. Miss Al Dente, what do you have to say about this? She's just struggling. Excuse me, Miss Al Dente. Know how to bring out the full sweetness of a sweet potato? Huh? You use a pinch of salt. Interesting, right? You use salt to make something taste sweeter. Not following. I remember it now. It was the other way around, not as expected. Sorry, I got a bit confused. You normally hold a pipe like that. But she's so small and the pipe is heavy, she held it the other way around. The other way. Not like this. But like... she held it this way. Objection! But you testify that she fiercely swung the pipe at you. I'm telling you, I got confused. Olivia's sorry, okay? How could you mistake the way she held the pipe if she was right in front of you? Oh, why don't you go fry an egg? What does it matter if she held it one way or another? You wouldn't call a slightly salted sweet potato a salty potato, because it's still a sweet potato, no matter what you add to it. The witness probably has a point, doesn't she, Mr. Wright? Probably. Ugh. So the defendant attacked the witness holding the pipe backhanded. It seems a bit unnatural, but it does make sense, I suppose. Indeed it does, Your Honor. There is no problem with this evidence after all. Does the defense agree? If I agree there are no problems with this evidence, we'll be one step away from losing the case. There's gotta be a contradiction somewhere in the fishy testimony. Could a spell have hit Olivia holding the pipe backhanded? No, because a spell is shorter, so Olivia would have to be ducking down. Objection! Well, Miss Al Dente, I'm afraid that you're in a pickle now. I don't really see why. Adding a pack of lies to a testimony can turn things very sour for a witness. We've seen the defense prepared to prove its claim that there is a contradiction in this witness's testimony. Correct, Your Honor. I want to try. The defense shall now present evidence to the court. The evidence contradicting the assertion that the defendant hit the witness holding a pipe backhanded. She was hit in the back of the head. Let's see. Back of head. Take that! Miss Al Dente, you previously testified that you were using that hat to cover the wound you received in the assault. And normal for signorinas to cover up things they want others to see. That's not all. You also described the defendant as little, if you recall. That is to say, Miss Cannavella is, at the very least, shorter than you. I've grown tall and healthy thanks to the wonderful Mediterranean sunshine. I don't think that's why. Let me ask you then. How did a girl shorter than you, holding a heavy pipe backhanded, manage to land a blow to the back of your head? I'd say it's impossible. The fingerprints on the weapon show that the defendant held it backhanded. But even if she didn't, it is highly unlikely she'd be able to hit Miss Al Dente's head like that. Order. I will have order. What is the defense getting at?
Objection!
Even if it was highly unlikely, it cannot be proven that it was impossible. Miss Cantabella's fingerprints were found on the pipe, Your Honor. Nothing can change the fact that it was the defendant who held the weapon. That is so... Does the defense have any comments? Can't deny that. It's clear that Spella did hold the pipe. She held it like this, right? Why would she do that? It'd be hard to hit anyone like this. When she holds it like that, it looks as if... The court recognizes the validity of the prosecution's objection. Fingerprints on the weapon prove that it was used by the defendant.
Objection!
The defendant's fingerprints may be on the pipe, however, that doesn't prove she hit anyone with it.
Objection!
Nonsense! What else would she pick up a steel pipe for?
Objection!
Oh, I think I've got a pretty good idea. Well then, the defense may elaborate on its idea. What I say next will turn this trial around. The defendant's quoting words were left on the weapon when she tried to defend herself. Well, naturally, she held the pipe with both hands when she stopped it from coming down on her head. Stopped it? With both hands? That's right, like this. Please take another look at this photo. These are not the fingerprints of an assailant, but rather the fingerprints of a victim who is defending herself. Which brings us to the conclusion, the Miss Cantabella didn't attack the witness. She was in fact a victim, desperately trying to defend herself. This cannot be! And if Miss Cantabella was a victim, who was the real assailant, there's only one person who could have done it. The only other person at the crime scene was Olivia Al Dente. It was you, wasn't it? Order, order, order! If I cannot have order, the court will be adjourned. Be quiet, all of you. You just don't quit, do you? A lousy lawyer like you should get the job. How about I show you the knife up close?
Objection!
Have you lost your mind, Mr. Wright? The witness is the victim, not the assailant. There are no other fingerprints other than the defendant's on the weapon.
Objection!
Look at the witness's outfit. She's wearing gloves. That's why she left no fingerprints. You prickly sea urchin!
Objection!
But you cannot be sure. You cannot be sure she was wearing gloves that night.
Objection!
The witness has called this her work outfit, so she must have been wearing it when she went to check supplies. You devious lawyer, slippery as an eel! It was me because I had gloves on? As if it was only me wearing gloves. She's the only one in the courtroom wearing gloves. There was that guy, the guard. He was wearing gloves too. The guard? Oh, was that the previous witness? Oh, that's right. Gloves are part of the guard's uniform by regulation. See, that guard, Johnny, he was wearing gloves that night too. What do you say to that, Mr. Wright? Since you're claiming that the assailant is the person who had gloves on, that would make the guard a suspect as well. Is Johnny be culprit? No, because there's chocolate all over the flashlight. Covered in chocolate fingerprints. He wasn't wearing gloves. Johnny Smiles is not the culprit. Why not? Anyone with gloves could have done it. Didn't you just say that? No, I didn't. However, it does seem plausible that the guard could have done it. He was wearing gloves after all. No. I'm afraid that's impossible, Your Honor. And I have proof. You do? Fascinating. Let's see this proof if you really have it. Please enlighten us to why Smiles cannot be the culprit. Provide the proof. Present torch. It covered in chocolate. Mr. Smiles is, put nicely, what you may call a free spirit. There is no guarantee he would follow the rules and wear his full uniform. And this evidence proves he did not wear gloves. Wait, don't throw that filthy torch at me! Will someone please wipe the chocolate off this evidence? No, Your Honor. This chocolate is the evidence. What? Mr. Smiles was snacking on a chocolate bar during his patrol. That's why his flashlight is in this sorry state. And covered in his chocolatey fingerprints. Therefore, we know that he didn't wear gloves when patrolling the ship that night. Rule-breaking, chocolate-loving Johnny Smiles was not the culprit. What? That's ridiculous, so silly. Your Honor, the defense has merely pointed out a possibility. To call this witness a criminal without actual evidence against her is preposterous.
Objection!
The prosecution's duty is to clear what doubts there may be regarding the defendant's guilt. And I have demonstrated that there is, at the very least, a possibility that the witness is not telling the truth.
Objection!
At the very least, Estella Catabella is not innocent. As corroborated by PC Badger, the toy she attempted to steal. Wait a second. Hold on. Torn tag. The picture of the badger they just had up still had the tag on it. It was missing its foot. What was that? Did Olivia just freeze for a second? Prosecute. No, wrong voice. Prosecutor Flinch, please explain to the court about this toy, this new piece of evidence. Yes, he still has his tag. This is the stuffed toy the defendant tried to steal that night. One of its legs would appear to be missing. That poor thing. This mishap befell PC Badger as the witness and defendant were fighting. The captain of the freighter reported the damage after the defendant's arrest. Now this is a stuffed animal Olivia snatched from Estella. I see. The court would like to hear the witness's testimony regarding this evidence. Witness, your testimony. Excuse me, witness, you've been asked to testify. She's really bad at cutting fish. I'm good now. I'm so very sorry. I got a little upset from all these accusations. I'm not used to this being called a liar. Ah, yes, it's only natural. Don't worry about that. It's all that slimy attorney's fault. Why do I feel like an eel on a chopping board? The witness will now testify. Tell us how you retrieved this toy from the defendant. Gladly. Oh, it lost no merit. I wonder what she's saying. I don't get it. Whatever she said, I'll make sure this is the last time she says it in court. I wrestled this toy back from that thief and then gave it to the police. When I found that girl, I thought I couldn't let her get away with our precious cargo. Naturalmente, I had to get that toy back from her first. Its leg got ripped off, though. There's no way I could have tagged her with the pipe. I was holding a toy in one hand. I don't remember much about when I was it. But I got the toy back, at least. I see. What a commendable attitude, going to such lengths to protect the cargo. I may not be security guard, but I'll do what it takes for the sake of our ship. It didn't do much good in the end. This PC Badger is way too damaged to be sold. These lovely little toys are made at a workshop in London. We transport them down the River Thames, distributing them to children as we go. Didn't she call them Bizarro toys earlier, and now suddenly they're cute? And what about fingerprints on this toy? It is a soft toy after all, so no usable fingerprints were found. Well, that was unfortunate. Regardless, the court accepts it into evidence. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. But that's not the right toy. It still has its tag.
Objection!
Miss Al Dente, I would like to confirm just one thing. The stuffed animal you submitted to police, is this the one? Yeah, that's the one. No doubt about it. I'm sorry, but if that's the case, things simply don't add up. What doesn't add up? If it's about the leg, it's that girl's fault. It got ripped off because she wouldn't let go. The problem is not something that's missing from the stuffed animal. On the contrary, it's something that shouldn't be there in the first place. Something that shouldn't be there. And that is, of course, this item. That's... This is the final piece of evidence received from the guard, Mr. Smiles. When I seized the girl at the crime scene, she was clasping this in her hand. She didn't even seem to notice. And what would that be? It would appear to be PC Badger's tag, Your Honor. Strange, isn't it? Something was definitely ripped off this plushie. But it wasn't its leg, it was the tag. Where's she getting this fish from? You noticed it too, didn't you, Miss Al Dente? If this is the stuffed animal that Miss Cantabella was holding when you found her, then why is its tag still on it? Order! Order! I will have order! What is the meaning of this? Hey, you tasteless looking proxy, you over there. Tasteless? Yes? What's this about a tag? You didn't tell me anything about that. If you please calm down. It's no use blaming the prosecutor. He didn't even know this tag existed.
Objection!
Witness, I had not been informed of such evidence. If you had this in possession, why didn't you hand it in to the police? Sorry, Mr. Prosecutor, I'm an expert at what I do. And my expert advice to myself was that I had better keep this as my secret weapon. So I waited for the right moment to single-handedly settle this trial. For better or for worse, this tag's existence has only recently come to light. Neither the prosecution nor you, Your Honor, knew about it before this trial. But then why is there a tag on this toy? How come this toy has a tag? The answer is simple. There's a tag on the stuffed animal because the toy was swapped. There's only one possibility. Miss Al Dente, before handing the plushie into police, you swapped it for another. Listen yourself. Why would I even do something like that? Ridiculo. That's right. That tag must be a fake. A fake? Why would you think that? That chocolate freak must be trying to frame me. That's what it is.
Objection!
Mr. Smiles has no motive to do something like that.
Objection!
No motive? It doesn't require much thinking to come up with one. He wanted attention. Yes, what he said. The guard lied to show off. That's all there is to it. Did Johnny produce bogus evidence John Tevins himself? It's impossible. That's an interesting theory, but it's impossible. How do you know? I'll dice you like an onion. Anyway, was Mr. Smiles lying? There's an easy way to find out. How do you plan to check it? By checking the fingerprints, of course. Fingerprints? According to Mr. Smiles' testimony, when he sees Miss Candabella, she was holding the tag in her hand. Therefore, her fingerprints should still be on that tag. Bailiff, have this evidence investigated immediately. That was awesome, Nick. We've almost got her now. Mr. Flinch, I have a question for you. What is it? When you searched the crime scene, did you find a toy without a tag? Well, Mr. Flinch, did you? No, we considering the circumstances, it did not seem necessary to investigate quite so thoroughly. But at the very least, I can tell you that all the toys in the crates had tags on. Excuse me, Your Honor. What is it, Mr. Wright? Appears no stuffed animals found without a tag. Which means that it may still be hidden at the crime scene. Your Honor, the defense requests this ship be searched thoroughly this time. Send a forensics team there immediately. You're requesting another search? What? Surely you can't be serious. Whether a toy is swapped or not, it doesn't matter in the least. They are all the same. Any of them will do just fine. Not exactly why it's important. All these plushies are the same. There's no need to swap one for another. And yet, why is the witness getting you so worked up about it? That's just... I had a feeling there was something odd about this case. A stolen stuffed animal and an assault connected to it. Also looked at this pan-over shot of the courtroom that we never get to see. There had to be more to it. There had to be another crime under the surface. Nick. This is it. What should I do? Do it. Request search. Your Honor, the defense insists on a search. Should a plushie without a tag be found on the ship, then there's a strong possibility this case will be resolved. I didn't see that. Where should get that fish?
You can't! No, you can't search it again! You just can't!
Witness. Miss Al Dente, why did he swap the stuffed animal? And why are you so afraid of having the ship searched? PC Badger holds all the answers. Like in every single game. The Badger shows up and he's important somewhere. I say, Mr. Wright, could it be you already know the reason behind the swap? Of course, I don't have any definitive proof, but when it comes to pointing out a possibility, I might have something. Very well then, let's see some evidence. Do you have any evidence to explain why Miss Al Dente is against the search? This one. What if she hit a jewel in it? There is a certain article in this newspaper. Elusive jewel thieves at large in London. Scotland Yard on red alert. Oh, that robbery. I've heard about it, of course. A group of thieves robbed a jewelry shop and made away with about 50 pieces of jewelry. Many extremely valuable stones were stolen as well. Scotland Yard's under great pressure to find them. All packages sent out from London are being scrutinized by the police. What does this have to do with our case? Nothing. I beg to differ. The jewel theft took place in London, and that's where a freighter picked up its cargo. London? Can't be. Witness. That night, you discovered the defendant in the cargo hold. She was holding one of the plushies, and you knew you had to get it back. You had to get it back at all costs. But why go so far for a mere plushie? There's only one possible reason. You couldn't afford to have the police discover what was inside of it. She better go all bone saw, blood and guts on that poor fish. No, the fish won. Fish 1, Lady 0. We have just received a report from the team investigating the crime scene. This toy was hidden between a storage unit and a pipe. The toy has been cut open and the contents examined. And this was found inside. A pink diamond worth approximately 100,000 pounds. We have also received a report from the crime lab. The defendant's fingerprints have been found on the tag. Do you have anything to say, Miss Al Dente? She has a fish bruise. I lost 10 to 9. So you are, Yeah, I'm one of them. I'm one of the jewel thieves. My role was to get the loot out of London. The police never checked the regular shipments from that workshop. We decided to take advantage of that blind spot. Indeed, the regular direct-to-delivery service has been overlooked by the police. Possibly because that workshop produces the very mascots representing the police. The other crew had nothing to do with it. I used their ship. That's all. It was you who hid the jewels inside the plushies. There was one jewel in each toy. I was carrying them away one by one. The defendant happened to pick one of those toys up. I had my heart stand still when I saw that girl in the cargo hold. Whenever I was free, I stood guard in front of that room, and yet she got in somehow. So there she was in the room with the hidden loot, one of the toys in her hand. So how did Isabella get in there? I don't know if she was trying to steal the toy or what, but I just had to get back from her, no matter the cost. Then I ended in a different toy. I made it look like it was ripped in the fight. It would have been over for me if the police had found any of the jewels. But wait, who was it in the end? Who hit Olivia? Oh, I almost forgot about that.
At first, I thought it must have been that little girl that hit me. But now I don't know.
You don't know?
No one else was supposed to be in that room. But what if there was someone in the shadows? Some mischievous person hidden in the darkness.
This was a most unusual case. It cannot be said that all mysteries have been resolved, but it has become clear that Miss Cantabella is innocent. Well then, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. It would seem that I owe you thanks for helping us see the truth. No need to thank me, Your Honor. I was just doing my job, like I always do. Is that really the smartest thing you could come up with? And Mr. Flinch. Yes, Your Honor. This trial was part of the Legal League of Attorneys exchange program, wasn't it? May this trial serve as a lesson for you too. Is that understood?
Ooh. It is as you say, Your Honor. Don't look, don't look, don't look, don't look! Without my glasses, I can't see, and I don't want to be seen. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you?
Well then. The court has reached its verdict. I pronounce the defendant Isabella Cantabella not guilty. Hooray! Who brings confetti into a courtroom? I mean, Fish Girl brought a full fucking tuna. Congratulations, you did it, Nick! Yeah, thanks. I guess I should be happy. She's not. But Darklaw's cold gaze is staring daggers through me. Thank you, Mr. Wright. You are better than I thought. Had I known earlier, I would have asked you to prove Espella innocent from the very start. I'm glad you're happy about the verdict. Espella, come and thank Mr. Wright. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Glad I could help. Hey, Espella. What's that book you got there? Oh, please forgive her. She's a bit shy, you see. She's very fond of books. At any rate, now Espella can return her peaceful life at her boarding school. It is all thanks to your hard work, Mr. Wright. Now, please excuse us. We have some formalities to attend to. Oh, yeah, of course. Mr. Wright, you were truly outstanding in that courtroom today. Farewell. Yeah, it's finally over. You know, something's still bothering me about this case. The person who had hit Olivia, where did they go? That's true. We don't know who actually assaulted Olivia. If it wasn't Espella, there must have been another person at the crime scene. But neither Olivia nor Johnny saw anyone else. The room was dark, save for the emergency light. I'm sure someone hid in the shadows. And Johnny was wearing sunglasses. I'm amazed he saw anything at all. He missed all those clues, so it's not much of a stretch to imagine he missed the perpetrator too. How about we head back now? Okay, let's go check out Tower Bridge while we still have some daylight left.
Oh,
What is it, Maya?
there, on the couch. Isn't that Espella's book? It is the book she was holding. We should return it to her. Hey, Nick, let's see what kind of stuff Espella likes to read.
It's smut. Good. Espella likes to read smut. They just have that stuff in the library at her boarding school.
Just quit it, Maya.
Labyrinthia, huh?
What?
Huh?
Huh? Maya, look!
Huh? Hey, Nick, look, that's us, isn't it?
Flip. Wow. And the thing aren't even is that book. If it was Harry Potter themed, it would be a port key. Key. Save. Okay. Mysterious Labyrinth is the next chapter, and that's where we're gonna stop. Haha.